In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday edition of the Two Buck Sports Show, brought to you by FanDuel. I am your co-host, Rusty Witten, hanging out with my guy, Drew Gann, as we try to do every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central on Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. Uncle Buck, how are you today, buddy?
I'm good. I have had a big weekend. Time has changed. I listened to you and Luke gripe on Daily Grind about daylight savings time as if it's not the single greatest day of the year. I'm sorry that your hour of early rise was too much to ask for the sun staying out to a reasonable hour. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was so weird around my house yesterday. We do bedtime for number 4 about 7:15, 7:30, and bedtime for number 3, around 9 o'clock and with the other kids. And it was 7:30 last night, and we were like, I'm getting hungry. When's dinner? And it was like, oh crap, it's 7:30 outside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining about that part of it. I just it's the constant jockeying back and forth. I think Arizona and a handful of other states don't do daylight savings time. Leave it like it is now, to where you get longer days in the spring and summer. Don't fall back in the fall. No. Only the U.S. government and its inefficiencies think that you can chop an hour off at the end of the day and put it at the beginning of the next day, and you got a longer day. It's buffoonery. I understand why it started. We were an agricultural society. We're no longer that. So let's quit being stuck in the past.
I thought at one point I heard that Trump had hired Elon Musk to figure out all the inefficiencies, and not one time did I ever hear anything about daylight savings time being going away. And there is nothing least efficient than just throwing away a whole hour of sunlight for no good reason.
Agreed. And in South Carolina, it came up to vote, and either the House or the Senate won and passed, and then on the other side, they just decided not to vote on it. And it's like, buddy, we were almost there. We were so close. Why'd we stop? We lost momentum at the finish line. That's like running a marathon. You run 26 miles, and then you just decide not to do the 0.1 and get it across the finish line. At that point, you've done the work. Just finish the job.
I can't rightfully come up with, and I believe this was on my presidential platform that me and Kenny did that one time. I can't think of a reason why at any point it was a good idea to forsake an hour of sunlight. Even for this farming community that we used to be. Why in the world would they have, do I have it backwards? Why in the world would they give up an hour of sunlight? at any point in the year.
I don't know. I don't know if it was so that they could get like an extra hour earlier in the fall in the mornings. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I understand the intricacies of daylight savings time. I barely understand how to get myself up and functioning most days.
I would also get rid of time zones. That would be my.
Oh, it's stupid. Like, how is it already tomorrow? Wayno, if you're watching this, why are you in the future? Like, what is happening?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Across the globe, it's different.
Across the globe, you know.
In the U.S., though,
in the continental United States, it's like, okay, we all realize the sun comes up at a certain time, and but it doesn't have to come up at the same time for everybody. Sure. And really, the only thing that is the sticking point, like the only reason why this is even a problem for me, is like ball games. It's like, I don't want to convert Pacific time to Central time. That's too much. I can't add to. You know?
And why in the world would a local team like the Memphis Grizzlies have to tip off at 10 p.m.? If they're on the West Coast, that's your fault for being in California. Why are you there? Yeah. It's awful. Like, everything should be based
America.
Yeah, everything should be based on God's time zone, Central time. We should just like everything should just become Central time, and you have to adapt to it.
Yeah, in California, the workday should be 5 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Good work.
And then you play your games at 6 o'clock, and then we'll watch them at 8.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair trade, and that's even more concessions than you deserve for being in California. But that's where we're at.
I mean, good grief.
Come on.
Why would anybody want to live out there other than like just the beautiful weather?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that
and all that.
Other than that, miss me with it. But the regular crew is starting to get here. Appreciate everybody showing up. If you are here in the comments, give us a thumbs up. Let us know. What are your thoughts on daylight savings time? Are you pro? Are you anti? Do you misunderstand it like me and Uncle Buck? Like, where do you land in there?
Based on my understanding, I hate it.
Yeah, exactly. On what I understand, which ain't great, I hate it. But you know what we don't hate around here on Mondays is everybody's favorite waste of time.
We are the Two Bucks, and this is our sports show. It comes on every single weekday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, God's time zone, on Bluff City Media's YouTube, X pages, and Rusty's Facebook page for his grandpa. It's Monday, and that means it's the first show of the week, and that means, I keep saying that means, and it does mean that we have to recap. Rusty and I are best friends for over a decade now, and we don't talk as much on the weekends as we used to. And because we just have life and stuff. So we catch up with each other on our weekends on the first segment of the first show that we do together every single week. We consolidated it down to 2 points. The best thing that happened to us this weekend and our biggest beef of the weekend. You got to do the heavy metal double. You forget who you're talking to here.
That's fair.
So, Rusty, I set them up. You knock them down. What's the best thing that happened to you this week? And give us the sponsor.
Yes, sir. This segment is brought to you each and every Monday by Donald's Italian Beef. 509 Constitution Drive in Iuka, Mississippi, the spot for a sack lunch or a hot breakfast on your way to Pickwick. Stop by, have the $2 biscuit for breakfast. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Jim and the gang there have some daily specials that are great from a breakfast and burger standpoint. Y'all tell them the $2 sports show sent you. Send me a picture of our business card on the cork board, and your first lunch is on me. I'm still waiting on somebody to take me up on that. David Owen says he's going to, but the first one who does, I will Venmo you or Cash App you the cost of your lunch.
David's the one that's got the most. He passes through there.
He does. It's the easiest opportunity for him. And I know how much those menu prices are, so I ain't giving you like $40 for a meal. Like, I know you go feed a family of 6 for like $19 there.
Biscuit for $2.
You can get for $2.
You got a $10 max.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Man, it was really like a good weekend. I'm trying to think of like the highlight of it. I mean, it's just like the weather has been phenomenal. It was nice. I was outside most of the weekend. Now, Saturday was kind of crummy because of the rain. It kept me at bay a little bit. But like yesterday, like I worked in the morning. We went to the grocery store, and then I was outside basically the whole day. I worked out outside while Maggie sat in her chair in the sunshine and read a book. She'd already worked out while I was at work. I fired up the Blackstone last night and made some barbecue chicken quesadillas. Had a nectar of the gods, a Busch Light while I did it, and it just felt like spring is finally here. We have never been more back than we were last night. with a
Oh,
bush light, a hot Blackstone, cooking some chicken. It was beautiful outside. Like that spring invigoration, I guess, is my best of the weekend.
how is hot grill and cold beer not a Luke Bryan song? I don't know.
I mean,
Hey,
we've talked about the best beers, like you can have like airport beer, post yard work beer, golf course, the first beer. Grilling beers are right up there at the top for me.
Yeah, it's virtually the only ones I have anymore. Only time I get away.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And like a Blackstone, like it's fun. It's fun to cook on. That thing is awesome. Maggie and I got that last year at Labor Day. One of the best things I've ever purchased. And that barbecue chicken quesadilla was right on point last night.
Yeah. My best of the weekend, I'll keep it quick. We did a 3-headed birthday party Saturday. And I got to thinking about it leading up to it. I don't know that I ever told you about it, but I'm sorry.
You didn't. I did not get an invite.
You were invited. You just did not.
In spirit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you told me you were working anyway, so I was like, okay, well, maybe I dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did I dodge the bullet? Or is
I mean, I would have made it happen, but whatever.
I'm sorry. But we had a 3-headed birthday party for
I had a 4-headed birthday party because mine's just around the corner.
Well, that's all I'll make it up to you. You get your own.
Perfect. Hey, even better.
Yeah.
I have a new beef for the week.
I've already stole that. So, but it was a great time. Had a lot of people come over. My aunt came into town from East Tennessee. The highlight of it though is my oldest son Braxton is just such a he feels things. He shows emotion, happy emotion with tears. Like he's like his dad, like me. And I got him. He didn't have many presents because me and his mama got him an experience or whatever. And then a lot of his friends got him money and gift cards, and he was just he opened his couple presents, and then I was like, "You got one more," and I said, "Come sit down," and I showed him a video. Me and Haley had bought me and him tickets to Dude Perfect. And he just wept. So we're going to Dude Perfect in July at the FedEx Forum for their little squad games, I think they call it. And so that was the highlight of my weekend for sure. Making my son.
Man. Yeah, and like that's the kind of stuff that sticks with kids. Like that's why I do the Grizzlies games every year for my nephew's Christmas, because like they're not going to remember the toys and video games and t-shirts and stuff that they got, but it's those experiences and that time together is what's going to matter. And what's going to be, memories for a long time, more so than the gifts and the presents. Uncle Buck's got a phone call, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into my biggest beef of the weekend. I mean, honestly, it was a good weekend, but I do have a beef with the city of Memphis. And the city of Memphis, if you're watching, first of all, let us know, thumbs up. You owe us that if you're here. Second of all, there's a bulk trash pickup link on your website where it tells you when your bulk trash pickup is, where they'll pick up furniture, including mattresses, chairs, refrigerators, TVs. You put it out on the curbside, and they'll come by and pick it up. Well, our date was February 23rd. And so had an old mattress, put it out there, didn't want it anymore. Again, listed on the bulk website, mattresses are okay, and our bulk pickup day is February the 23rd. It is now March the 9th, and it has not been picked up yet. And my house looks like that redneck house with a mattress out front of it, like you see, with the old car, the car tires, the tall grass, whatever. That has now become my house because I trusted the city of Memphis and their website that said my bulk trash pickup was February 23rd on a Monday. Now, it has been rained on, and maybe this is partially my fault, but I'm accepting no blame here. I want all of the credit, and I want none of the blame, as Michael Scott once said. It has sat out there since February 22nd because I trusted their website. It has been rained on. It's had morning dew. No telling what other kind of dogs have been by, whatever. That sucker's going to weigh 10,000 pounds now because of all the water holding in this mattress. And so now I have to load it up on the back of my truck and carry it off to one of the landfills. I guess there's a mattress. You can drop off a mattress down near the airport. So I guess that's what I'm going to do this afternoon to accommodate now that my mattress is there, because the city of Memphis, you lied to me. You need to update your waste department website because it is clearly not February 23rd. It is clearly not March the 9th. It is clearly not February 28th, March 1st, whatever that last Monday was, and March the 2nd. Like, clearly you got some miscommunication here. You need to fix it because now I look like the redneck in this neighborhood with a mattress sitting in front of my house for 2 weeks. You were supposed to pick up 2 weeks ago. But Uncle Buck is on a work call. And while he is, we did get a Shams notification. He'll pop in with his beef here in just a second. I do want to talk about this briefly. Shams, a Sham wow, if you will, dropped while we were going live. And the Hornets are sending a 2026 second-round draft pick to the Heat to resolve a dispute over Terry Rozier being under NBA and federal investigations over alleged gambling conspiracy during the Charlotte-Miami trade. So to help offset some of that cost that Miami is now eating in dead money, they're going to be getting a 2026 second-round pick as a compensation over from the Hornets are sending that to the Heat to help offset some of that massive salary. It's just sitting there in dead money while he's being investigated. Not surprised here just because of the way it's going. Terry Rozier not likely to play basketball this year, possibly ever again. And because of that, the Hornets are having to send over draft compensation to help offset some of his salary. Welcome back, Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Terry Rozier, just a gift that keeps on giving, right?
Always.
All right. I heard your beef. I will one up your stupid beef over your mattress, or your wet mattress.
It's not stupid beef. It's a beef. It's my beef. And it's not dumb. It's my beef.
Okay. Well, your beef.
My beef's with the city of Memphis.
If your beef was on a roast beef sandwich and I've compared it to my beef, my roast beef sandwich would have so much beef on it you wouldn't even be able to see the bread.
Oh Lord.
You would need extra bread. And I'm trying to find a picture
of a roast beef sandwich?
Oh no. This is the tree that's in my front yard right now. That's the pile of can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, you see the roof line of my house?
That's from your buddy, right?
No, yes, that's from the crackhead.
That's what I'm saying, from your buddy.
So it's from the ice storm. We cut down our trees and the city hauls them off. It's crazy you brought this up because this was going to be my beef too. The city hauls it off for us. Well, there's been such catastrophic damage with so many down trees that the city has just said, forget this. We're calling in contractors to come get it. And so that tree has been sitting there for 3 weeks now. And not only that, last week, the contractors came in and step number one was to consolidate the smaller piles into a big pile. So they took all the small piles on my street and threw them on my big pile. My front yard has an embankment that goes down to the road. That embankment will be gone after all this rain is done and that 75-year-old tree's been sitting there for 3 weeks.
You're going to have
a cavern.
A canyon. Yeah, you're going to have a canyon in the front yard.
It's going to be a butte. Is that what a fjord?
Your house is going to be a butte. Yeah, it's going to be sitting up on top of a mesa, like with this, like the walls around it.
Yeah. So, it's ridiculous. And they brought in these contractors, got these massive dump trucks, and then they pull behind them an equally large dump trailer. So the truck is a trailer, and then they pull a trailer, and they got a big grappling arm that they can go get. And they pass in front of my house all the time, and I know they see it, and I'm just like, listen, I know what it's like, storm restoration, like you go, there's a process, whatever. I get it. I'm just like, I just want to jump out in traffic and be like, stop. I will not move
by my house. Yeah, exactly. Be like in the Tiananmen Square where you just stand in front of the tank, like just standing out in the front yard, like, nope, can't go.
Hopefully this one goes a little bit better than that one.
Hopefully a little bit better. Yeah, hopefully they just pick up your tree and not run you over. But
it's dangerous because we have to back out of our driveway on that road and you cannot see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like people come down that hill and like get some momentum coming up towards your house. So
I've lobbied the city to put those little. I don't want a speed bump. I want a speed pillow. You know, the ones that kind of level off at the top. Because I don't want to be miserable, but I do want people to slow down.
Yeah, because they do fly past your house going down that hill for sure. But that is our best and beef of the week. Do this every single Monday at 11 a.m. Central on Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. Again, brought to you by Donna's Italian Beef. But y'all are here for a very specific reason, and it's time to talk about the Grizzlies.
It is the Monday edition of the $2 Sports Show on Bluff City Media's YouTube and X pages. Thank you for being here. If you are here and you haven't already, please give us a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications. We'll let you know anytime a BCM show goes live. We have 3 live shows every single day of the week, and we have multiple once a week, twice a week shows that come on. And if you want to keep in touch with all of them, the best way to do that is to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that when they go live. You don't want to miss them. So unfortunately for this Bluff City media, Bluff City is kind of a nickname for Memphis, and because we're a Memphis station, we spend a lot of time talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, which thankfully I'm not don't have the admin passwords, but if I could see everybody, if there was a stat that showed me everybody's facial reaction when I said, okay, it's time to talk about the Grizzlies, it would be virtually unanimous that everybody would just be frowning at that time.
Probably. Yeah, very much so. Because if you look at our Beale Street heat check here, we have 60 games worth of, we've got 50 games of subpar, sub 500 basketball, except for the one time Zach Edey was playing. And we went 6-4, which is why he got shut down with surgery for the rest of the year. And we are currently 0-2 in our current iteration of our Beale Street heat check, where we look at the season 10 games at a time. Yeah, the heart behind this was to help us see the little wins in a season that we thought we'd be a little embattled in a deep Western Conference. What it's turned out into is just a celebration of punishment. Like the fact that we're terrible. Like we are championing the fact that we're terrible with all these sub 500 records on your screen, including 0-2 after a weekend loss to the Clippers, which Drew, the one thing about this iteration of the Grizzlies, and I hate participation trophies. I'm not pro those.
It sounds like you're about to claim a participation trophy.
I hate participation trophies, and I'm not sitting here saying that that's what we deserve for this. But if there is a gold lining, because we only do gold linings here in America, USA, is this team is kind of fun to watch. They're not good at the basketball. It's like half these guys won't be on an NBA roster next year, very likely, at least not ours. But they go out, they compete, they play really, really hard. And right now, that's the best thing we can ask for. That Clippers game was entertaining. We were back and forth. We were in it. And then we did the right thing and lost the game to the Clippers on Saturday night. 123-120 as we continue on our tanking efforts this year, Drew. That's my one takeaway. They're fun to watch, and we're still losing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, has any other team had worse luck when they decide to start tanking than the Grizzlies? Since the All-Star break, they have played the Jazz, the Kings, the Mavericks, the Pacers, and now the Knicks, all in about a 10-game stretch here. I mean, not Knicks, Nets.
Yeah.
It just sucks. The Nets are 16-47, just disgusting. We're going to beat them tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a minute. I got some FanDuel lines on that for sure.
It's just the worst. And I'm sorry. You look at the injury report. I will hear nothing of ethical tanking going on by the Memphis Grizzlies. Ty Jerome almost won a game against the Clippers, and he's like, oh, he's hurt. Taj Gibson, who they signed for some reason, is ramping up 2 weeks into his Grizzlies tenure for a return to play, despite not playing basketball all year long. I don't know. What are we doing?
It's diabolical. And speaking of diabolical, Drew, I saw this on Hoops Hike, and I just retweeted it, and it's been viewed almost 40,000 times. I got almost 900 likes on it, and I don't feel any better about it, because it was highlighting the fact that injured salary per team. Did you see this?
Yes.
The Memphis Grizzlies currently have $121.9 million, $121,953,000 north of that in injured salary right now. That's enough for the 4th highest in the league, behind Philly, Golden State, and Sacramento. But the caveat is, that is 90.72. 91% of our salary is on said injury report. Now, a vast majority of that belongs to Demetrius, who will never play another game in Memphis. But, there's a lot of salaries sitting in street clothes and doing their best fashion show on the sideline in hoodies.
What does he make, 30% of the cap? Isn't that what a Supermax gets you?
I think so, yeah.
Or just shy, something like that. I mean, it's just 61% of the money that's just...
That's it. No big deal. No big deal.
It's stupid. It's not fun. I don't like it. I can only hope that the odds are forever in our favor.
I mean, that's it. And right now, it's looking that way because we are continuing the tank after we lost. But tonight we're going to have to, as you alluded to earlier, out-tank a tanking pro as we travel to Brooklyn and play at the Barclays Center against the Brooklyn Nets. Drew, it's one of those things like a movable force meets a stoppable object in Brooklyn tonight. Something's going to have to give, right? Like, we're clearly tanking. They're bad and tanking. Over on FanDuel, we're 1-point favorite, minus 124 on the money line. But we're only going to we got 10 guys on said injury report. And doubtful language in Grizzlies PR is they're not going to play.
Dead.
And so we're going to have 8 dudes out there tonight. 8 dudes.
Yeah. And it's probably enough to beat Brooklyn.
Probably. Because they've got 16 wins on the season.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gross. I hate what this has turned into. I hate the fact that, the Memphis Grizzlies, the one team that me and you root for together, always finds a reason to make us hate each other and yell at each other. And it sucks that it's now like we're not even yelling at each other over the Grizzlies, but it's like, it's the first week of March and we're already yelling at each other over draft prospects. Like, what is this world? Like, I hate it.
Like, I don't want to be talking about college basketball as much as we have to right now, but what are we going to talk about? The Taylor Hendricks and Walter Clayton Jr. against the Brooklyn Nets, and Taylor Hendricks ain't even going to play. Like, what are we going to talk about?
Everyone wants to talk about football, NFL free agency. Okay, we could do that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's do that in the back half of the show. We'll wrap up our basketball conversation here. As I do want to ask you a question, Drew, as we've talked about this a lot. You're on record for wanting to draft the most athletic player in the draft. Like, that's your stance. You've been firm about that, correct?
Yeah,
I want to misquote you there.
It's not the only thing I'm looking for, but it is the tiebreaker. I will always miss with the athletic dude. That's
fair.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've done that. And I'm not trying to, like, it's apples and oranges. I'm not trying to say that every athletic player that we draft is going to be Ja Morant.
Real quick, I don't think we've even gotten close to that. What we've swing and missed on are guys who can't touch the rim, like Laravia and Roddy and
I'm specifically talking about Ja Morant. Specifically talking about Ja Morant. And that's what I said. Like, we took a swing on Ja Morant, and that's where we were at. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. Math is hard, but like, that hasn't turned into a lot of playoff wins, and that hadn't turned into a lot of progression. And I understand there are a lot of factors baked into this, but the one factor that you and I agree on is the fact that Ja Morant not playing basketball has led to a lot of our issues. And so
I agree with that.
I understand you want to take a swing on an athletic guy. AJ DeBansa would be a good guy to take a swing on. Like, I don't disagree with that. But I also caution you, and I think that overthinking a guy. We get a notification?
Big NFL notification. We'll get to it.
All right. Yeah, we're not to NFL yet. But I think taking a swing on a guy that is progressively getting better, whose numbers at every single level get better, whose fundamentals can translate to the NBA as an immediate plug-and-play guy on a team when we need consistency, especially in the half court, is not a bad idea when you've got a guy like Cam Boozer who is just who's a walking bucket.
Keaton Wagler. Okay, sorry.
Wagler, I'm cooling on a little bit. We'll talk more about him as we go. But for me, just because Cam Boozer can't go do a handstand on the rim or put his elbow in the rim or whatever you talk about, doesn't mean he's not worth taking a chance on.
Listen, I'll just preface this by setting straight what I think a lot of, like, this is the whole Ron Swanson. I would like all your bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
And, sorry. What you heard is I want a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said is I want all the bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
And what a lot of you people are hearing me say is that Cam Boozer sucks. And I have routinely said Cam Boozer is by far the second best player in the draft, in my opinion. Like, there is such a high floor for him. He's Mr. Do everything. He passes well. He shoots well. He dribbles well. He does everything well. But I want AJ DeBansta because of I see his potential being so far greater. Mm-hmm. And to your question, should I care whether or not he is too athletic enough to be injured? No. That goes back to a point that I said a week or two ago. It's like we are scarred by Ja Morant, but we cannot let those scars mar us from what's in front of us as well. Like this
Yeah.
is the NBA. The most athletic players, the most athletic people in the world play in the NBA. You cannot shy away from the great athletes because John Morant is routinely hurt being an athlete. We have said for Ja's whole career, we wish he would protect himself better. Like he doesn't hit the ground graceful. He does try things that he shouldn't try, and he gets hurt trying to dunk balls that he shouldn't try to dunk. You've got to have some smarts about you. And Ja's also 6'3" doing that.
And so I've got some thoughts on that.
6'9", and so like, no, I'm not going to let Ja's injury history, because one, he did a lot of things he shouldn't have done, trying to be too aggressive, and also he milked the ones that he did get hurt in. So like, no, it doesn't mean anything at all to me.
And so my thing about that, we're a guy who is uber athletic, and I think Debansta is going to be one of, if not the best. I think that he is more of a ramp up process because Cam Boozer's game is going to translate pretty quickly. I think Debansta may have some early struggles, but I would not be surprised if down the road, by the end of his career, he is the perennial all NBA player. That's fair. But with John Morant, to that point, John Morant was very, very good at being athletic and dunking. And this is maybe more towards John Morant, but also sometimes guys like Stromile Swift, John Morant being one of them. Some of these guys, Cohen Carr is another guy that comes to mind at Michigan who's really good at tearing the rim off, but those guys can't shoot. And I think sometimes when you've got a guy that is just incredibly athletic, they lean on that a bit too much and don't develop the rest of their game. Debansta's not the best. Hang on. Debansta's not the best 3-point shooter. Debansta's not the best at getting like mid-range shots. Like he's decent at it, but he attacks the rim really aggressively. And for Debansta to hit as an all-pro for me is he's going to have to develop other aspects of his game like John Morant did not. And I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm not saying that he can't, but we've seen it a lot. Sometimes these uber athletes are like, hey, I'm just the best athlete. I'm going to out-athlete everybody. You get to the NBA and everybody is a great athlete. It doesn't translate as well sometimes as a guy who's fundamentally solid.
There's this different sense of criteria that has been placed on GMs when it comes to athletes because of the Lukas and Jokic's and guys like that. And those are unicorns. But let's not forget, like, go look up and down the All-NBA team every year. It's uber athletes and Luka and Jokic who do everything so well. And so
so you're telling me you would so what if Cam Boozer is that does everything well? He can't jump and tear the rim off, but he does everything well, and he's an all NBA guy.
But you cannot. You've seen this crash and burn more times than what it's. You've got to appreciate Luka and Jokic. You cannot recreate Luka and Jokic. You get lucky.
I've also seen uber. You see uber athletic guys crash and burn too. Al Davis made a career of crashing and burning on uber athletic guys with the Raiders. I mean,
if it was only about athleticism and tearing the rim off the basket, then DJ Stephens would have went number 1 in the draft. It's not what it's all about. It's never been all about what it's about. But with AJ Debansta in particular, like he shoots really well. He can create his own shot. He gets to the mid-range. If he wants to get a shot, he can get a shot. Any shot that he wants. And he's also got a dog. He's a great rebounder. He's a great defender. Like there's so much more upside for me. And the fact, and this is where, if I'm wrong about, and again, if Cam Boozer turned out to be amazing, I'm not wrong. I just prefer a different guy.
Yeah, okay, and that's fair.
But if it turns out that Cam Boozer is the unquestioned number 1 pick in the draft and I missed it, it's because I'm watching him at Duke. It's a lot of tough finishes under the basket, laying it up with contact. It's a ton of that. I have left room for grace for myself because he is playing. He gets the ball, he distributes a lot, but when they're setting up an offense, like he's on the block, he's getting a lot of that, and he's dunking when he's getting a full head of steam from the 3-point line, but it's a lot of hard contested and ones. Is a ton of those, and
I got thoughts about
those.
That
are so much harder to convert and to bank on than just raw, crazy athleticism.
So you've watched a small sample size of games where like his.
No, I've actually went back and watched. I didn't even leave it up to me. I got on YouTube, watched 30, 40 minutes of whoever compiled the video of Cam Boozer's highlights.
Because what I've seen is
nothing, just highlights.
What I've seen in those same videos is a guy who's shooting over 41% or right at 41% from three. A guy that can create in space. No, he's not going to, dribble drive, spin around and do a massive dunk. But it's a game that translates. What I've seen, that's more of the Duke system. The Duke system is getting him on the block, letting him bang dudes down low, immunity, especially when they do a lot of switching and get mismatches on him. But in other games, when they've had big post players, Cam Boozer pulls them out. He put Yaxel Lundenberg in a freaking blender against Michigan, who is a more athletic, bigger. Yeah, same. The more the game's like going on, like whatever. But he's a more athletic, bigger guy. Like, I don't want anything like I don't want to be missed that it's just like a system thing that Duke does by putting him down here, because when he gets the ball in space, he can also create off the dribble like a wing.
So here is my favorite thing about Cam Boozer is he's an animal. He is not afraid to hit you before you hit him when it comes to like getting into the post. He's the aggressor in the post with the ball in his hand. He gets a lot of the benefit of the doubt. Call that a Duke thing, call that a Boozer thing, call it whatever, future number one pick thing. He gets a lot of leeway because he's the bigger dude and he gets a lot of forcible contact in there. And he's just an absolute Rottweiler. It's my favorite thing about him. I just worry that athletically what he does at Duke is not he will mesh quickly in the NBA, but it won't be that. It won't be the offensive side when it comes to points, finishing dirty stuff underneath the rim. He will assist well. The ball will not stop with him. He will not be the worst player on your court as a rookie, and he will get a ton of rebounds. That is great. That is high floor. That's what causes me to say high floor for him. He's probably the highest floor, or no doubtably the highest floor player in the draft coming out. But I worry about that. And again, that's how Duke plays. That's how I see it. That's all I've got. I've never pretended to be like some NBA scout that is good at projecting what somebody will be 5 years from now. But that's not me. That's not us. That's not. I don't know. I see what I see, and it's a lot of dirty stuff. And when you're 6'9" doing the dirty stuff in the post around the rim, that becomes a lot harder with NBA centers.
And he's not a center. His comp and his translation on most places,
his best work
right now in this system. That's what I'm saying. This system, like when he's been on other teams in the past and he's had moments where he hadn't done that. I think in the NBA, his comp is a pretty similar comp across most places is Paulo Banchero. And I know Banchero's having a down year this year, but a big point forward, that's what he could translate to in the NBA. His game is very similar to Banchero's. That Magic team is just weird. Maybe it's Banchero, maybe it's Jamal Mosley, whatever, but like a high basketball IQ, ability to see and distribute the ball and get in space. Like I think we're looking at it differently. I think I see it more of John Shire's system. And I think what I've seen of Cam Boozer in space, there's a lot that can translate to be a wing.
There's nothing wrong with pulling the trigger on Cam Boozer. Don't hear what I'm not saying here. There's nothing wrong with it. I see a lot of like Aaron Gordon, because Aaron Gordon now, if you could take he's not jumping out of the gym like Aaron Gordon, but he's like a 6'9", 3/4, really good rebounder, really good shooting at the corner three. And the ultimate glue guy for an NBA championship team. That's what I see Cam Boozer right now. Worst case scenario. And so we're talking the number one pick of the draft. I would just want the guy that's going to be a freako. I'm convinced at the same level of Bulldog in like mindset Bulldog, the same level Boozer has and DeBansta has. And so then do you like DeBansta's game better? Do you like Boozer's game better? I tend to be the DeBansta side.
Yeah. And I think that's comes down to what we want from this team and why neither of us are wrong here. I'm going to go on record and say that if we have the number 1 overall pick and we take AJ DeBansta, I'm not going to have a meltdown because that guy's going to be incredible. And I think, again, he has a higher ceiling, maybe a slightly lower floor in my opinion, and a higher ceiling. And I think it's going to take a little ramp up time to get there. Whereas Boozer, I think, is going to be, like you said, a plug and play, maybe like a 15-10 or a 15-8 guy next year on some team.
That's why the nightmare scenario for Boozer would be like the Clippers falling out of the playoffs and getting the number 1 pick and going to a team that is ready-made. Because he's
or the Spurs. Like the Spurs are going to have a lottery pick this year, and if somehow Silver puts him in the top 3, him going to San Antonio and pairing with Wemby, like
who's picked though?
I've got it right here
because it's not going to be theirs.
No, they have a lottery pick right now based on a trade. It's the Atlanta pick. It's currently 14th in the lottery. It's not likely, but stranger things have happened.
Because Atlanta's getting the New Orleans pick, which
it's
could
6.
be Boozer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And honestly, we're probably spending too much time on it because
probably, especially this early on. But I'll say the point I was going to make, like we want different things. You want the flashy, uber athletic guy that can run up and down the court and be a highlight. I want some dudes who just win at a high clip and do things really, really well. I've had the flashy, give me I hate the dude, but if give me a Tim Duncan fundamental kind of basketball player that just gets you buckets, gets you rebounds, clocks in, goes to work, and is reliable and consistent. Because AJ DeBansta, even now with BYU, has been a little bit of boom and bust at times, more boom than bust, but he's had quieter nights. But a Boozer that just clocks in and just gets after it, and you pair it's a team game.
Yeah. Pairing
Boozer and Edie with Boozer as our 4, Gigi at the 3, Edie at the 5, just gets me excited on a visceral level.
And another thing is because I will never be convinced until it happens that you cannot win an NBA championship game without having a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
I see a path there for DeBansta more than I see Boozer. And you said it yourself, maybe the upside, the ceiling is higher with DeBansta. Well, that's just where I'm going to go because you don't get a chance to get a guy like that very often. Though we got extremely fortunate that despite having the 9th or 10th best odds at a top 4 pick, we got John Morant with the 2nd pick. We didn't get the 1st pick. We got the 2nd pick. Now, it turned out poorly, but that showed you how you have to capitalize if you're going to want to be a flash in the pan or this to be a flash in the pan top season.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got to get the superstar. You've got to get that guy.
I mean, maybe, or you get a guy whose game is going to translate quickly and it's a short rebuild. Either way, but again, I don't think you're wrong.
But if you want to win a championship, you've got to have a top 10 player. Is Cam Boozer a top 10 potential?
I think he has potential.
Go sideways.
I think he has potential to be a top 10, and I guess it sounds like you don't.
Yeah, I think the potential is less than DeBansta. That's the only way anybody can take what I'm saying about Boozer and say I hate him is because everything is right now just in relation to DeBansta. It's literally the only guy I would take over Boozer.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a fair place to be because again, if we get the number 1 overall pick and Adam Silver says we take AJ DeBansta, I'm not going to be upset. And
it's also, talk to go back real quick about don't let John Morant kill you twice. You don't want to let a hard loss beat you the next week, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the number 3 pick, you may just have to take Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
Because he's awesome. And I think the only reason you wouldn't take him is because you're scared of John Morant.
I think there's a real chance as we transition to our Bucks best bet. We're talking about some conference championship winners over on FanDuel, but there's a real world, Drew, where Darren Peterson is awesome this March, and Kansas makes a deep run in the playoffs, and everybody forgets about the midseason buffoonery because he's playing 34 minutes a night and
he becomes worth the risk.
It takes Kansas to the Elite 8 or the Final 4 even. It makes a deep run. Darren Peterson has a chance to go on a PR recovery trail like nobody else just by being awesome, for sure.
I mean, he's already playing the game. You saw part 1 was asking out of ask out of games, and a lot of people said that was because he didn't want the team at the top of the draft to want him. And now he's started the whole PR of, I may just go back to Kansas. I love it here. So we'll just see.
Yeah, we'll see. He's starting, and Debanza did the same thing about maybe he's going to go back to BYU.
They're all
we'll
doing
see
it now because they have leverage at college and in pros.
Exactly, because they could make more money. But Darren Peterson has been getting better over his last few games, getting more efficient. He could make a run here in March. But if you're believing in the favorites, you can go over on FanDuel and parlay the favorites from the big conferences together. Duke as the ACC winner, Arizona as the Big 12 winner, Michigan winning the Big 10, and Florida, who might be one of the scariest teams in the country right now, as the SEC winner. You put those together over on FanDuel, gets you plus 731 odds. Of these four, Drew, I think Arizona is the most likely to get upset simply because of Darren Peterson, and what Kansas can do in the Big 12. I think Michigan is another team because they seem kind of, I don't know.
Who won that Michigan games?
Michigan did.
Michigan did. Okay.
I've cooled a lot. I thought Yaxel Lundenborg at first was going to be a guy that could be a fit for us, but I've kind of cooled on him a little bit. His mic antics, and I don't know how he fits in on a good team. But those are the two I would say would get upset. I don't see anybody in the ACC that's going to touch Duke. And again, that Florida team is really scary.
No, Florida quite possibly could be the best team in the country right now, and that's including Duke. They've won 15, 16 straight, just laid waste to Kentucky.
Dominant fashion. Yeah, they are
really good. And if you want a big guy, and the name is slipping me, but I've watched Florida a couple times recently. The big guy, I love
their
him.
Center, their big center, or their because
he's got an odd last name.
I'm pulling up their roster because I'm telling you right now, for me, if you get Debansta or Boozer, and then we could somehow land Thomas Howell with that second pick, with that magic pick, I love his game.
Yeah,
athletic rim protector. You talk about a guy that can run the floor. Are you talking about the Chinliu? That guy. He's
rim motor, man.
He is the best defensive player in college basketball that I've seen so far this year. Just love his motor, his energy. He's a 6'10" center. But Thomas Howell plus a top lottery pick, rebuild over. I am a huge fan of Thomas Howell's game.
Yeah, I don't think Howell's going to – is it Howell or Hauk? I
think it's Haugh, and they pronounce it Howe.
Howell. Okay.
Yeah.
I like him. I don't think he's going to get to 17 if that's where the Grizzlies are slotted. And so
he'll be at 12 or 14.
Yeah.
He'll go in the top 14, I'm sure.
Yeah. Assuming everything stays where it is, which it won't. But
yeah, he's shooting 47% from the field, 35% from three. He's averaging 17 points, 6 boards, and 2 stocks a game. I just love his athleticism for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. On the outside of this commercial break, we are going to get to the NFL free agency. Drew said we had a big one hit just a minute ago. Already had some big names moving. The Titans are linked to several big names. We'll talk about that and more right after this commercial break.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides. Fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax. Plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials. Every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch. shout out to the Memphis Tigers for a multitude of reasons. Number one, like you said, breaking a 7-game losing streak and having to fight their absolute ass off to get this done. And they did. We have to show respect to the fact that the Tigers could have easily laid down, and they didn't.
We talked about being able to take sucker punch after sucker punch after sucker punch, and then Memphis's inability to fight back from those body blows that they take in games. Well, there's no bigger haymaker that you could throw than coming back from 9 points down with 1:49 left in the second half. Memphis basically had that game won.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this game goes to overtime. But we were talking back and forth, and we were like, I think Memphis is going to lose this game. Like, they're going to give up the big run to send it to overtime. Then overtime comes, Tulane has the momentum, and they're just not going to win. This is just how the script is going to go. Thankfully, Kenny, we were wrong. And there are times, man, I love being wrong.
Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Two Buck Sports Show Monday edition of the show. We've talked Memphis Grizzlies, we've talked college basketball, we've talked our best and beef, including our collective beefs with our local city cleanup agencies. And now we're going to talk some free agency football, and a trade happened in the break.
Yeah, how about that? So what a wild start to the NFL free agency. Kicking off today is the first day that free agents can sign with other teams. And what happens? But it hits the fan, Drew. First thing, Tua Tagovailoa this morning has announced that he is not coming back. The Dolphins literally cut him, leaving $99 million in dead money. And the team most likely are showing interest in him first, the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to go, allegedly the Falcons are interested in signing Tua. Thoughts on the officially in Miami, it's Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson era.
I feel bad for your brother.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, or Malik Willis. Malik Willis is signing with the Dolphins. So there's your 3 quarterbacks next year. The Malik Willis is interesting.
Yeah. Who's the coach at Miami now? Who did they hire?
Who did they hire?
They hired an assistant from somewhere. I don't know. But you could probably look in that avenue. But that's a dumpster fire. The
Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley.
Who? Okay, I'll look into him later. But yeah, $99 million to get cut is probably a price that Tua would gladly take. It was obvious that
Jeff Hafley was the defensive coordinator in Green Bay before coming to Miami.
Well, so there's the Malik Willis then.
Mm-hmm. That's the connection. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Also, Kenneth Walker Jr., Memphis' own, White Station, right?
Arlington.
Is signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travis Kelce's coming back. So, yay.
All signs there are pointing to the Tennessee Titans taking Jeremiah Love 4th overall, because the Chiefs are super interested in him. The Saints are another team that are interested in Jeremiah Love. I've talked about this in some Titan group chats. I don't love taking a running back 4th overall, but Jeremiah Love is really, really good. And I like that guy. He's great out of the backfield. He's great in space, got all pro type skills and speed. And when the Titans have been good historically, they've had really good running backs. Chris Johnson and Eddie George and DeMarco Murray briefly and Derrick Henry and all these really good running backs. I was getting there. I was going more like chronologically. There's been really good running backs on this team. Yeah. And so I don't hate it. I would.
Listen.
I lean towards David Bailey, Reuben Bain at 4th, and then or if you're going to draft Jeremiah Love, trade back. But it seems like there's interest.
No, he's not going to get back. Listen, there was a war on running backs, but the war on running backs should never, in my opinion, affect the best running back in the class. It's no doubt Jeremiah Love's the best running back in the class. They don't become really bad value until their second contract. So if you do what Seattle just did, now Kenneth Walker, I think he was a 2nd-round pick, but when he you don't want a 29, 30-year-old running back making a lot of money. So as long as you're okay with drafting Jeremiah Love at 4, having him for 4 years, and then being willing to let walk, because that's when the mistake is made. When you pay them $25-30 million a year. That's when you have the Ezekiel Elliott situation where you're hamstrung by Ezekiel Elliott, because they are going to nosedive as they get older, with the exception of Derrick Henry. They will, the return on investment will sour greatly on their third contract.
And what did you say earlier? Right, like you can't let you said, what was it? You made a point about earlier about the mistake of the contract.
You don't want it to beat you twice.
Well, there's that, but there was anyway. I'm forgetting now. Like I had it and then I lost it. Like my little brain, I had it and I lost it. But like, you don't want to bet on this guy. Like when running backs, there's a hard stop on running backs. And you don't always see it coming. Like Ezekiel Elliott was great when he signed that contract, and then he fell off of a cliff. Right. And so for every Derrick Henry and these running backs that play forever, LaDainian Tomlinson, these guys that produce, there's a million others. And that's why, like, using the 4th overall pick on a guy that may or may not be on your team in 5 years makes me a little bit nervous when there are guys like a David Bailey, who I think is going to be an incredible rush in for somebody in the NFL and make some defensive coordinator very happy. And if you're going to get Jeremiah Love, and again, like the Saints, I don't think you're going to let him go past. The Chiefs were interested in him. I think this is a great pickup for the Chiefs at Kenneth Walker. I need to see what the contract ends up being, but this could be really good, like a really good deal for the Chiefs. I was just saying in those group chats, trade back to 7 or 8, let somebody else pick, whatever, if you're going to take Jeremiah Love at 8, but it sounds like the Saints are interested in him. So like you said, if that's your guy, take a chance on him. Go get him.
I don't know why in the world the Saints would draft Jeremiah Love. Alvin Kamara, I don't know what his contract is. He's still really good. But, like, I feel like you get a running back if you're ready to compete. Like, you've got to get the trenches set up first. And the Saints did such a disservice to themselves by winning and getting cute with not Jake Hayner. What's their quarterback's name that they Shuck?
Oh, Tyler Schluck.
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
They got cute late in the season, screwed themselves when it comes to their draft positions. I don't know. I'm all in on Reuben Bain. Like, I don't know much about the NFL. I don't know much about scouting, what teams need what, but I saw Reuben Bain in the college football playoffs firsthand. The dude's an animal. Just give me that guy.
His measurables are weird. He's got short arms and all that kind of stuff, which I get. But if you watch him play, he's strong enough that he can get inside somebody's arms and beat.
The greatest defensive tackle of all time was Aaron Donald, and he had short arms.
He had short arms. If you're drafting Aaron Donald 2.0, you're going to be just fine. Yeah. Big splash trade that affects the League of Avengers and some of the fans in the League of Avengers. The Colts are trading Michael Pittman Jr. to the Steelers. That's all I've seen so far. I didn't see any of the other terms of the deal. Have you seen that? Have you seen anything else?
I haven't seen anything.
It's a big deal. They signed Alec Pierce to a $116 million deal. I think I read historically it's like the highest deal for a receiver, a free agent receiver, according to Ian Rappaport.
The Colts did?
Yeah. Where's that tweet? I just saw it and then it refreshed.
Maybe Pat can tell me if I'm sure he's not listening right now. Colts fan Pat, Dr. Pat. I don't know why you'd want Alec Pierce more than Michael Pittman Jr., but
but I don't know. 116.
The Steelers look good. They're going to have DK and Michael Pittman Jr. on the outside. Aaron Rodgers assumingly coming back. Yeah.
I'll see if I can find that tweet. It's bad for me just sitting here stare and kind of look for it. But Isaiah Likely, tight end from the Ravens, is expected to sign with the New York Giants to give another weapon to Jackson Dart. He was really good, and when Mark Andrews was out with all those concussions and injuries, he was really good for them.
And the biggest trade of the whole weekend we haven't talked about yet, but Max Crosby pulling 2 first-round picks. The Raiders pulling 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby, sending him to the Ravens. The first time I saw this. It's the first time in the Ravens franchise history that they've used the current year's first round pick to go get a player.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but Max Crosby is that dude. And now Joe Burrow has to face Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt all in the same division twice a year.
He was hanging out at a poker table with Jessica Alba, so I don't feel too bad about him.
I don't either. But then Sundays this fall, it's going to be a nightmare situation for him. Max Crosby in Baltimore, like, I don't know how we didn't see that coming. Like, that feels like a match made in heaven. Like, it was supposed to be that way. And I did find the tweet. It is a historic 4-year, $114 million deal that will make him the highest paid free agent receiver in NFL history. It has $84 million in guarantees, $60 million fully guaranteed at signing, and a max package of $116 if he hits all of his incentives.
Somebody tell me why Alec Pierce is awesome.
So according to ESPN, he had his best season as a pro in 2025. He surpassed 1,000 yards for the first time. He had 1,003 yards on 47 catches for an average of 21.3 yards per reception. He's one of the best deep ball threats. 36% of his receptions were for 20 yards or longer, and he only dropped one pass last year. So, I mean, like, the numbers are there, but that's an analytic point of view. I thought Michael Pittman was the receiver on that team, but apparently it is Alec Pierce.
And he's going to get Danny Dimes again. So that's when everything fell apart for the Colts, when Danny Dimes got hurt. So
yeah, 100%. But the big ones, I mean, Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs and Travis Kelce coming back. It's going to be interesting for what the Chiefs do next year. They still need a receiver. They don't really have like that guy as a receiver anymore. Tyreek Hill is a name that's out there that could be reunited with the Chiefs. I mean,
that
maybe.
would be awesome.
That would be awesome. The Titans have been linked.
Get the band back together.
Yeah, that's it. To Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants. He has got interest. And then the big name that came out today that's interesting for the Titans, especially if Jeremiah Love is the pick, Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end from Cincinnati, is a free agent and is interested. The Titans are on his short list. There are conversations going on. Like, that dude is an animal, because if you play in the defensive line with no gloves, you're about ball. Like, that's all you're about. You don't care about anything, but you just ball.
The Saints should have paid him when they had the opportunity. They drafted him.
Good, man.
He led the NFL in sacks that year, and then they let him go to Cincinnati.
He's so good, man. If he ended up in Tennessee, he fits Robert Saleh's picture, like his defense really, really well. He fits his scheme really well. And then you get Jeremiah Love on the offense. I'm not, Wan'Dale Robinson, he's good. Yeah. Like, he's not going to like move the needle huge for me. He's good.
He had a really good season.
He did.
Slot receiver.
He did. And Cam Ward, like, to his credit, made a little bit of lemonade last year, because that team was terrible.
Forget that Tyreek Hill broke his leg in half.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, he about lost that leg. I forgot about that. Yeah. It'll be interesting to watch and see. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here, Drew?
No, looking forward to what's on TV tonight. American Idol.
Oh. And the Grizzlies and the Nets.
Oh,
at 6:30. Yeah, at 6:30 tonight. I'll be doing the post-game bounce. Y'all come hang out with me after the game tonight. It should be a hoot and a holler, as they say. But we'll be back tomorrow live at 11 a.m. Central on Bluff City Media YouTube channel, talking about the game, recapping the game from tonight. We'll deep dive a little bit more on the conference championship tournaments that are be going on around the country. Teams to watch, players to watch. We'll deep dive on that a little bit more. And you never know what other tomfoolery we will come up with between now and then. I appreciate everybody being here with us. I don't know why I just did that. I saw it was going to do that, and here we are. Yeah, I clicked the scene, and it only had one. I knew it was going to do it, so I brought you back up here. Appreciate y'all being here with us. On the way out, give us a thumbs up in the comments. Like, subscribe. Leave us a comment after the show that helps move us up in the algorithm. We appreciate y'all being here. Go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And, Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Have a good Monday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.